that there was this real disconnect with your father. You don't have to go into the whole thing, but what caused that?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be careful what I say, but prior to this incident, maybe a year before, um, they shot one of my guys, my father's crew, say it like that.
Uh-huh.
Beat one of them up in the neighborhood. At that time, I had a cast on my back. I just broke my back. This was in 2004. I'm
Ooh.
sorry, 1994. And I just broke my back, and I was laid up in my house. So now, after they shot my guy, I'm furious. And, the last thing we wanted in our structure under the Slummy faction was to stop fighting inside of our faction
Right.
because we'd fall apart. So I was called and said, listen, whatever's going on between you and your father, we have to straighten out. This can't go no further. So between that, we end up squashing that beef, and I let that go. The two incidents that he did. After that, he did something else I'm not going to talk about now. It'll come out in the book. Sorry, I can't talk about it.
No, it's okay.
That really pissed me off.
Okay.
And that made the division that couldn't be healed. The breach couldn't be healed anymore.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was this huge disconnect there. And I just wondered what that was.
You got to remember my father's mentality. He tried to run the family like a mafia family.
Right.
He was the boss. He don't want any of us to stray away.
Right.
And I won't listen to him. I'm out there now building $1 million drug business, loan shark business.
Yeah.
He's seeing the houses I'm buying, the cars, everything. He couldn't handle it.
Okay. Jealousy.
I don't think it was jealousy. I think it was a control factor. My father had what he had. My father was no bum.
Did you have to kick up money to him though? I mean,
no, never. Never. No.
Okay. Who did you kick up to? Salemi back then?
I didn't kick up to anybody.
Really?
Well, the way that I came up, my dear friend Mark Rossetti, which actually spoke to him this morning, was a capo in the Patriarca family. And I was with him and his family on the street. And we all worked together and made money. There was never anybody ever asked me to kick up anything.
Wow.
Because our crew was actually the crew out there doing all the heavy things on the street, if you know what I mean.
Got it. So, Gabisco. So two things that I want to kind of unpack. The first is, what was Salemi's reaction? So obviously, although you didn't kick up to him, you were kind of under him. The Patriarchas are the overlying mob family. After this incident happened, granted it was mostly associates. What was Salemi's reaction to all this?
Well, Frankie and Bobby DeLuca, his underboss, were in prison at the time of Plymouth.
Okay.
And my father, originally, Frankie put him under Bobby. Bobby DeLuca was the underboss in Rhode Island.
Correct.
And my father was close friends with him.
Okay.
So that was his guy at the time, But when they went away, Frankie's brother Jackie was left there as the captain.
Got it.
And everybody out there was basically supposed to be under Jackie. Now Jackie was no man's man, no tough guy, didn't even deserve to be there, but he was Frankie's brother, and we put up with it.
Got it.
So I had to listen to a point. I understood where Jackie was coming from, tremendous. But by the time the 99 happened,